morning, good afternoon, good evening. My name's Amanda Easton and I'm a pop artist from Sydney, Australia. I make retro-inspired theatrical electronic pop. But when I'm not doing my own music, I do
cabaret,
cover band gigs, solo gigs, tribute shows, recording sessions.
Don't worry, little girl, you'll bloom eventually. Your time will come, and you'll be colorful and live the life you hope for. In your heart secretly, you can build a rocket and travel into space. Just need to make a start. You can move away to display your scarlet feather. Wallflower, wallflower, wallflower. Remember how you felt in a dress not meant for you. You're grown up now. Don't underestimate yourself. Let them tell you you're not special too. You can build a rocket and travel into space. Just need to make a start. You can move away to display your scarlet feather. Wallflower, wallflower, wallflower,
So the first review of my first ever single, and that's really nerve-wracking. You're thinking, oh, I'm putting it out there in the world and anybody could say what they want about it and it might not be kind. Anyway, my first review was amazing. It was like I'd written it myself. They just completely got where I was going. I was so happy. I was on cloud nine. I thought, all the work that leads up to that very first single, and I got this amazing reaction until I got the second review.
safer there. The sun will always have you wanting me. Mother girl in the song that I'm hearing. I'm the one that gives you reason for living. I'm the girl in the song.
So you're 19 at the time.
19, yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't actually get it at first.
You didn't get the gig.
No, they came down to Drummoyne Rowing Club and checked me out again. And
Yeah.
Ivor said, it's Paulo management. We're going to New Zealand, and then we're going to America, and we're going to
Oh my
New York.
goodness.
And then we're going to Europe. And the furthest I'd been was Canberra in a car to play the tennis tournament. I shouldn't be telling you all this, it's pretty
It's
embarrassing.
fantastic.
And then all of a sudden...
It's like a
in
Hollywood
Ice House-
story.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
12 billion light years away on the Cerulean planet, in the Black Star Galaxy, the Alien Federation holds an emergency meeting.
As you can see, the Earthlings are in trouble. They need help fighting their demons. What can we do?
We must go and show them they already have the tools they need.
You sang to me in French and Italian. I held you to my chest and then I pinned you to the wall. You give to me your sweet science fiction. The needle drops again, then you open up the door. You
So this is song number 3 from my Wallflower album. My mum called me up one day and said, "Why did you put all that stuff on my doorstep?" And I hadn't. I said, "What do you mean?" She said, "You left a whole lot of your photos and, your stuff on my doorstep. What did you want me to do with it?" And I didn't know what she was talking about. And when I eventually went over to have a look at the box, I realised it was a whole lot of photos and whatever from my life. And it could only have come from one person, and that was an ex-boyfriend who, we had a long relationship, but we'd broken up years before that. And it was kind of heartbreaking for me because I thought, I don't know, everyone's different, but I hold on to my memories and I hold on to my photos and that kind of thing. And I couldn't even, from past relationships, I would never give them back. It was sad. And that's what this song is about.
It felt like every day was summer for me and you. Days stretched out ahead forever, yellow and blue. A Hollywood house, open top cars, a lifetime ago. Now it's all here in a battered shoebox. It overflows. 10 years of us, you packed it up, left it at my door, and all there is left of us is at the door. You know the last thing on my mind is the feeling I'm alive. But I hold a hurt so dear to me. Ooh, you know, ooh, they know, ooh, no one knows a name. I dance to the music in my head. Don't pity, 'cause I hear this tune instead. Ooh, you know, ooh, they know, ooh, no one knows a name. I dance to the beat that I can hear. It delivers me from all there is to feel. Scared I could pull a shiv out from underneath of my coat, but all I have is my heart to hold up there to your throat. You swear under your breath you'll never sink down to this day. Show, never tell, but I know you too well. Kind of mood that you wish you could sail. If teardrops could be bottled, there'd be swimming pools full of models. target blank, Cupid, Cupid. You think you're smart, stupid. Shoot that poison arrow through my heart. Shoot that poison arrow. Shoot that poison arrow through my heart. Shoot that poison arrow. Who broke my heart? You did, you did. Bow to the target, blank, Cupid. You think you're smart, stupid. When you're the star that we knew we would part. Shoot the poison arrow through my heart. Shoot that poison arrow. Shoot that poison arrow through my heart. Shoot that poison arrow through my heart. Shoot that poison arrow.
Look at that face, that determination. Is she going to do it? Smokey.
So she can't make it. Oh! She's so cute. Ooh, that's a close pull.
Go down a little bit more.
That's enough. She's gonna make it now.
Shed some light on the subject. Oops.
Oh! Just as I turned the light off. The stage is just behind here. So you've got to watch out that the audience can't see you getting dressed. So, to my backstage series, here we are. Now this room. Oh. Oops. I look better in the dark anyway. This room used to be kind of good dressing room, but now... but to the backstage area. Okay. Now, you're probably thinking, that looks all right. You know, there's some lounges. That's all good. Over here, more lounges. So, you know, plenty of places to sit and have a chat. And then you see this. What's that doing in our backstage area? So basically, this is our backstage area. Get this. Yay! But, you know, honestly, I'm not complaining because sometimes it's worse. And the staff here are really great. They do actually really look after you. So I feel a bit guilty poking fun, but you got to say, it is a bit funny, isn't it? So this is the backstage of Trudgy Beach Hotel. You can see it's quite a big music venue. You gotta love the walls. I'm doing the Fleetwood Mac tribute show here at Django at Camelot, and I thought I'd just show you around a little bit. So yeah, I love this band room. It's very, very cool. Lots of retro stuff, lots of interesting artwork, and they have great pizzas.
Infatuation, pack up all your worldly goods, find a safer neighborhood, push him off his pedestal.
Hi there. Well, you've seen some of the worst changing rooms, green rooms, backstage rooms in Australia. Now here's one of the best. This is one of my favourites, and you probably recognise it from some of mine and a lot of other artists' photos, like promo photos.
You're in the market for a fairy tale, a white horseman that will never fail to thrill you and intoxicate you, find a way to complicate you, shatter your sobriety.
So everyone's always getting photos backstage because it's so lovely, and they think of everything. Look, we've got the full-size mirror.
very comfortable chairs, ironing board, somewhere to hang your clothes. These might seem like normal things, but I can assure you they're very rare. A fan when it gets hot, an actual iron. Oh, everybody loves the mirrors with the little lights around, don't they? Look at this beautiful lounge. And this is only one of the changing rooms. Have a look. Dressing room 1, here's the stage entry. Okay, nice backstage area. Hall of Fame. Okay, look at this beautiful big space. Green room where they actually serve you food and drinks. Yeah. Not short of a nice mirror or two. Look at this cute little room. How mod is it? I love this. Great colour. They've just really thought of everything. It's so rare. Often a club will renovate, and they renovate the bit that the audience see, but they don't. The backstage area is, a broom cupboard. Okay, so this is dressing room number 2. Oh, hi Marilyn. Also fabulous. Look at that. We haven't even finished yet. There's another one. Number 4. Very masculine, I think, this one. How great is this? This is the juniors. We still call it Souths because that's what it was called in the old days after the Souths Football Club, but it's still a football club, but they call it juniors nowadays. Oh, I love those chairs. There you go. So sometimes it is glamorous. Chisel. Australian crawl. Shido Echo. The Mentals. Oh, is that Jimmy? Jimmy Barnes. Hang on. Ooh, that's the real thing. You're in the market for a fairy tale. Our special little band room, where the important stuff goes on. The eating. I do love the styling in this venue. Hi. Yes, I am taking you to the toilets because believe it or not, the toilets are really cool. Check this out. The backstage is cool. Yes, Liza. Hello, so here we are at the Wallflower shoot. And I know how you'd like to feel. You'd love to be head over heels. The quivering right down your spine again. Fluttering back in your eyes again.
join me. I can see it brighten to look into my deepest blue. But I'll be watching you from me.
Hello, how are you? I'm sorry if I tricked you with my warm-up video. Lovely to see you, Chip and David and Sydney and Harry, if you're still there. So every time I do a live stream now, I'm doing a half an hour warm-up video. It's a countdown thing. So I'm not meant to start till 12:30, but I started just with the video while I'm doing my warm-ups. And nobody wants to be hearing that. So I was doing that while I played the video, just so that it gives you plenty of time, because sometimes I've been told that, by the time the notification kind of comes through, I'm not streaming anymore. So, yes, so that's what's going on. So I hope everybody is well. You're not well. I can see that I did have a quick scroll just through the comments now, and Sydney's in physiotherapy and David's fallen off a roof. Chip, I hope you're well. And thank you very much, Sydney, for doubling yourself. I am now at 48 followers, which means I need to get 2 more on Twitch. And at this point, Facebook, I am going to say goodbye. So don't forget today's stream, which is usually yesterday's. Not that I want to confuse anybody, but this is the one that I do on Twitch and not on Facebook. So Chip, come over to Twitch. Come over. And all you have to do is go to twitch.tv. Yes, see you over there. And for those just on Facebook, you don't have to be just on Facebook. You can come over. But otherwise, I will be on Facebook tomorrow at 6:30. No, I'm going to start early tomorrow. I'm going to start at 5 o'clock because I've got some whiskey drinking to be doing. Anyway, have a great day, everybody. I'm saying goodbye to Facebook now. See ya. Excellent. Oh, the physiotherapy starts soon. Oh, animals, Chip is saying it's been a battle, but the animals make it so good. I tell you what, the combination of animals and music, they're like 2 of my favourite things. I like people too, a lot. You don't think you can come up with another platform to add another name. You've run out. Fair enough. You've been very good to me and I appreciate it. So I just need 2 more followers on Twitch and I'll be a real person. And it means we can use all kind of cute little emotes. It means I can start getting paid for my streams, all sorts of exciting things. I don't really know exactly yet, but Chip, you're there. But I know it's meant to be a good thing. So I'm very close. Only a couple more to go. It's very exciting. I'm such a newbie here. It feels weird because I've been on Facebook forever. Are you number 50? Well, last time I looked a second ago, there was 48. So let's have a look. I think it's still 48 from what I can see here. So maybe you're number 48. So still 2 more to go. Hopefully that'll happen. It might even happen today. Anyway, doesn't matter. I'm here to play music for you, and I believe we have some stuff on the song list already. That is excellent. Don't forget you can request anything by just going to the queue. And I've learned a few new songs, so there's a good chance that I'll stuff those up. But I've got to start somewhere, so you can be my guinea pig audience. All right. Yeah. There's some good stuff there. Gosh, where do we start? I suppose I could start at the top. Let's do that. the Elvis song. And it's really lovely and warm here today. I mean, I've only been in the backyard to get the washing in and to put the garbage out at the front. So I've been at the front and the back. I have no idea what the numbers are. You know, it's been, 6 weeks in lockdown so far? And we're supposed to be only another couple or 2.5, but nah. The numbers yesterday were 350 or something. So that's a daily number I'm talking about. And but I have kind of given up listening to the numbers every day. It doesn't really help your well-being, I don't think. Save letter for my encore. I can do that. You want to hear stuff from the Wallflower album? I can do that too. I'm just taking off my boots. I've got my Ugg boots on. You can't see them. Because it started off as a cool morning, but it's actually lovely now. All right, so I'll do a mix. I'll do, I'll get to everything on the list. Purple People Eater. I did promise yesterday, the day before, if you're at the stream, I said I would do Purple People Eater today. So don't you worry. It's just such a shame that Stu, who was the one that initiated this whole Purple People Eater thing, he's a travel agent, actually. He works for the Northern Territory. I'm not sure actually of the name of the company, although I have booked through him before. But he works for tourism in the Northern Territory. So if you want to go and see Ayers Rock, Uluru, or the Kimberley, or, you know, that amazing Red Desert area part of Australia, Alice Springs, Darwin, then he's the guy. And I think during a lot of lockdown, you know, his work changed because, like the music industry, a lot of it went down the drain. But he said he recently was put on phones, and that would be, I guess, the same hours that we're streaming. So, yeah, we miss him. I think he pops into the nighttime one, my nighttime one, so that's good. But I will tell Stu that you're missing him too. So this is for David. Mississippi, in the middle of a dry spell. Jimmy Rogers on the patroller up high. Mother's dancing, the baby's on her shoulder. Sun is setting like molasses in the sky. The boy could sing, knew how to move everything. Always wanting more, he'd leave you longing for black velvet in that little boy's smile. Black velvet in that slow southern style. A new religion that'll bring you to your knees. Black velvet, if you please. Up in Memphis, the music's like a heat wave. White lightning is bound to drive you wild. Mama's baby's in the heart of every schoolgirl. Love me tender, leaves him crying in the aisles. The way he moved was a sin so sweet and true. Always wanting more, he'd leave you longing for black velvet in that little boy's smile. Black velvet in that slow southern style. A new religion that'll bring you to your knees. Black velvet, if you please. Every word of every song that he sang was for you. In a flash he was gone, it happened so soon. What could you really do? Black velvet in that little boy's smile. Black velvet in that slow southern style. A new religion that'll bring you to your knees. Black velvet, if you please. Black velvet in that little boy's smile. Black velvet in that slow southern style. A new religion that'll bring you to your knees. Black velvet, if you please. Black velvet in that little boy's smile. Black velvet in that slow southern style. A new religion that'll bring you to your knees. Black velvet, if you please. Oh, send me some cute raccoon videos. Yes, please. Oh, I'm glad you tested negative, Chip. It's particularly, it's particularly bad for singers. I mean, obviously it's bad for everybody to get COVID, but I know of some singers, not in Australia, but in the UK, that have had COVID and they can't sing because it's had such an effect on, you know, their respiratory function and their breathing. John, lovely to see you. Ooh, stop it. You're starting to talk about yummy food already. John, who has just joined us from YouTube, is a fantastic chef, pastry chef, but I think chef in general from what I can see from his Facebook and Instagram feed. But, I mean, I have been the recipient of some of his baking and really good. Twitch is still telling you 27:19 before the stream starts. Well, Twitch, hello, I'm right here. I don't know that, Twitch. Oh, what's going on? That's really weird, huh? Now, let me see. Don't forget, you can go jump on that streamer song list if you like. But you can also just let me know in the chat there. YouTube on the TV works just fine. Look, technology, I tell you what, it drives me crazy like all of the time. So I'm hoping that Grace and Sarah and Grace's sister Ruby will join us today. Shadows on the Boulevard, I reckon. I actually did work that one out, but have I got the chart here? Let me have a look. Yes, I do. So I only worked it out yesterday, and I know I wrote it. But actually that was, even though that song came out on Wallflower, that was actually, I wrote that song back in, I think, 2018, and it just didn't quite fit on Polaroids and postcards. So, oh, it's your new favourite, thank you. So I've kind of forgotten, you know, I've forgotten it. I'm sure, Chip, you can relate to that. You write songs and, you know, you wrote them, so you know them, but unless you actually perform them all the time, you don't remember what you did when you wrote it. And also, of course, I have a couple of producers that I use, one in Poland and one in the US, who really get that electronic dark kind of sound that I like. And they end up, you know, improving basically what I start with. So sometimes when I play the songs live, I'm doing them a little bit differently because they're more like how I wrote them originally. And I figure, you know, that's a good thing because it keeps it more interesting. Well, that's what I think. Shadows in the Dark, Pat Benatar. I don't know that one. I do love Pat Benatar. I had a chat with one of my agents a few days ago, and you know, it's funny, we've worked together for years, and he gets me a lot of the tribute show work that I do. But you know, we normally talk all the time because, I mean, he kind of owns most of these tribute bands, but I do a lot of the running of them for him. So he'll say, I'll get the band together for this, and you know, ask, what do you think about this, and what are some other venues we can try? And we, you know, he lives locally too, so we get together for coffee a lot. But because there's been no gigs and there's been no getting together for coffee recently, He just rang me to say hello the other day, which is kind of weird because, I mean, even though we talk a lot, you know, and his wife is pregnant and his first baby and he's very excited but, you know, it's kind of nice. But he was saying there are two artists that he really wants to do tributes to. One of them is Kate Bush, so we have a, you know, equal love of Kate Bush, very similar tastes actually, both of us. But he was also talking about how much he loves Pat Benatar. And we did do a tribute show, years ago now, which was just, I think we called it Rock Chicks. And we did Pat Benatar and Stevie Nicks, of course, because we already do Fleetwood Mac's show. And we did Blondie and the Pretenders and, you know, a whole lot of those artists that we do in other shows. So, yeah, that was a lot of fun. But we're thinking, even though there's no work for us and who knows what will happen in the near future, it's kind of good, I think, to talk about what you're planning to do. Because I remember last time, even though the government still haven't come up with any money, I'm still hopeful because last time, one, the government did support us in the end. It came through. So I figure it'll come through. And two, the work came back really beautifully last time. I was doing different things than I was doing before COVID hit. And I really enjoyed that. And it was starting to get really busy with some really interesting shows coming up. So I have faith that that will happen again. It might take a little while. You wrote one once 100 years ago. I'm sure it wasn't quite that long ago, Sydney. But you should drag it out again. Did you record it? All right, so this song is Shadows on the Boulevard. And as I said, I did this for you, Chip, because you asked for it a couple of weeks ago. And I thought, I've really got to learn my own song. Someone actually wants to hear it. That's wonderful. There's every chance I'll stuff it today. But we have to, and I'm sure you'll agree with this, Chip, and anyone else who's ever performed, you have to kind of break the cherry on it. And it's that first time doing it in front of people that you kind of get a feel for it and then you can do it properly later. It definitely has a darkness to it, doesn't it? So I was working out the chords going, no, that can't be right. No, I just had a 7th and a 6th and a 9th here and that makes it darker, which is what I think I did in the beginning. I guess you wanted to see your name in the paper. They called you evil, said you didn't have a heart. What drove you to do this? Did no mother love you? Or were you born with all that hate right from the start? You've left a shadow on the boulevard, and people that can never go home. And now there's a shadow on the boulevard, but tomorrow there'll be sun. You must have known they would never let you live through this. After that, there was no chance of forgiveness. Were you really thinking that you could change the world? You should have known humanity is our religion. You've left a shadow on the boulevard on people that can never go home. And now there's a shadow on the boulevard, but tomorrow there'll be sun. Unfair what life deals, happiness makes me mad. I'll tear it all down and share the hurt I have. You've left a shadow on the boulevard and people that can never go home. And now there's a shadow on the boulevard, but tomorrow there'll be sun. You've left a shadow on the boulevard and people that can never go home. And now there's a shadow on the boulevard, but tomorrow there'll be sun. Tomorrow there'll be sun. Tomorrow there'll be sun. There you go. There is Shadow on the Boulevard. And I think, thank you, Chip. I think I told you the story about that. It's basically about a terrorism attack in France. And, you know, I'm not a very political writer, but sometimes things move you to that point where you want to write something about it. Oh, Sydney's song. He gave the only copy of it to the girl you wrote it for. You also wrote a paper on the best peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Did you give that to the girl as well? The things we give away, huh? We all know my story about giving away my record collection. All right, let me see. What have we got here? So I did Black Velvet, so I can tick that one off the list. So if you ran out of requests, I'll tick them off so you can go back. Let's do one for Sydney. Let's do In the Flesh. That's another new one. Again, it's a song I do all the time in my Blondie versus Pretenders show. But, yes, I've only just learnt this one. Darling, 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 I can't wait to see you. Your picture ain't enough. I can't wait to touch you in the flesh. Ooh, darling, 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 I can't wait to hear you. Remembering your love is nothing without you in the flesh. Ooh, went walking one day on the Lower East Side. Met you with a girlfriend. You were so divine. She said, hands off this one, sweetie. This boy is mine. I couldn't resist you. I'm not deaf, dumb, and blind. Darling, 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 now you're out of town. Those girls that you run with, they bring my head down. Ooh, darling, Darling, watch out if I see you, 'cause if you say hello, it'll mean you wanna see me in the flesh. Ooh, warm and soft in the flesh. Ooh, close and hard in the flesh. Ooh. Oh, that was a paper for uni. I don't think I wrote interesting stuff like that. I did a journalism degree at uni and college. And yeah, we did it. I studied politics because that's kind of, part of the journalism course. But I've never been particularly interested. I mean, interested in the world around me, don't get me wrong, but heavy politics. Karma Chameleon, that's a good song, Chip. But I don't know it well enough to play it off the cuff. I can certainly look it up though, because I should be familiar-ish enough with that, and I do love Culture Club. The Culture Club song that I really liked, and I still wouldn't know it well enough to play it yet, but is Victims. I'm always a sucker for the sad kind of, melancholy versions. But yes, Culture Club. I'm going to make a note of that so I don't forget. Hang on. I have this big monitor on my desk, and when I'm doing kind of graphic and video editing, I use the big monitor, and apart from that, I use it as like a big noteboard, and I stick notes on it. Culture. Culture Club. I reckon Culture Club could go under the category of daggy but awesome. So that means I love it all the more. And I did see, oh, David, your fourth quart of painkillers. I hope our company here today is helping as well. So can you please all stop not being well? Not good. Okay, let me see. I'll tick off in the flesh. All right, let me see what I'll do next. I might play you something. I just put this, you might have seen it actually in the 30-minute warm-up. It took me forever to edit that together, by the way. So I hope people do see a little bit of it and enjoy it. But I've just done a lyric video for the actual song Wallflower, which is not one I've learned how to play on the piano yet, but I reckon that could be next week. And I think this is probably my favourite song on the Wallflower album. Let me know what your favourite is on that album, if you like any of them. And at first it was Girl in the Song for me. That was my favourite. But then I think Wallflower has become my favourite. And so I will learn how to play it live. And, that's what... Oh, by the way, can you see my little princess? Having a big snooze in the corner over there. And that helmet, of course, is from the Wallflower music video. I haven't finished editing that yet. That is like days and days and days of editing. But I've just done the lyric video for the song. So I might play you that one. Oh, thanks, Chip.
Don't worry, little girl, you'll bloom eventually. Your time will come, and
It would be cool to have an apartment that was all green, because it would be like it'd be like living in a giant green screen, and you could just change your background. So you could be like, I might live in Paris today. And I have got Paris on the brain at the moment because I've been watching Call My Agent, which is a French drama on Netflix. So good. Just finished. I've been watching way too much TV. I'm normally not a massive TV watcher, but, I'm not going anywhere. And, there's so many great series on TV. Highly recommend Call My Agent if you don't mind subtitles. And yes, I feel like I learnt French at school, and, I speak it a little bit. So I think when you start being exposed more and more to a language, you start kind of dreaming in it a little bit, which is what happened when I lived in Japan. I started dreaming in Japanese, and that's how I knew that I was getting a grasp on the language. But yeah, you could just, I might go to the beach today, click your fingers, suddenly you're at the beach. It would be pretty cool. I thought you were talking about Smokey at first, who's just jumped out the window, when you said sleeping on the job. But then I realised you're talking about me, because of course that lyric video was using footage from the photo shoot for the album. And yes, I got to say, there was, actually two photographers on the set, and I'd been lying in this kind of position for quite a while, and it was, some shots are kind of action shots and you're always moving, and then they try and capture a moment within the movement. But that particular shot was just move your left ear an inch, and now move your chin up a little bit until you got the, don't move. And so after lying in a really unnatural position but trying to look like I was really comfortable, I was really stiff. And one of the photographers had to kind of go to get me up. Still water. Okay, I have to check that out. I know you mentioned that. Snoring, you saw that. Yeah, I wish. But I have so much fun at shoots, so especially, I just love the process of creating something visual, but I love working with people that have their own ideas. And as I said, there were two photographers at that set, which was kind of by accident. But the photographer that I'd hired, her name is Kelly Capelli. She's actually, I think she's American born, but she certainly got a very strong American accent. But she's living here now because her partner is Australian. I've talked about her daughter before, who I just adore. I've never met her in real life, but Kelly told me about her, and so I looked her up and fell in love with her music and her creativity. And her artist name is Freak, so L''Freaq. Just love, love, love her music. But working with Kelly was amazing, and photographers generally bring an assistant on the shoot, and she brought one, but she brought another photographer as her assistant. And the assistant is actually an amazing photographer in her own right, and she's very well known around the Sydney scene. She does a lot of live music photography at concerts. And so how lucky was I to have two photographers? And then I had the makeup artist, and everyone was just really good at what they did, and I'm always really happy to get ideas from other people. I'll always kind of go with what I think in the end, which is the whole thing about being independent, right? That you get to make your own choices. So Sydney, you've actually got your golf elbow from devices. Oh my goodness. Sorry, we're probably not helping here today. The tablet is heavy, yeah. The phone is usually easier to text from, isn't it? Do you guys use, what do you call it? Swipe? I think if you've got it depends if you're iPhone or Android. I'm very anti-Apple because I worked for Microsoft many years ago, and Microsoft, used to have a deal with Apple, and they made a lot of software for the Apple platform, and that all fell apart. But, I always had a Mac and a Microsoft PC of some kind, Dell or whatever, Compaq, on my desk. So I had both. But I don't know, I really got turned off by Apple for lots of reasons. My very first iPod. Remember iPods? Like no one bothers with them anymore because it's all on your phone. No, not that kind of swipe chip. He's talking about the, what do you call it? Tinder. I'm talking about SWYPE, which is when you put your finger on on an Android device, you put your finger on their keypad, and instead of going like this with your thumbs or tapping like that, you move from one letter to another, kind of joins it all up, and it's just a really easier way of typing, and it's easier on your hands. But yeah, my very first iPod I bought, and I'm very much into devices and I'm a big nerd. And so I loved this iPod. Less than a year, it failed. The battery was rubbish. I had to do this thing. I don't even know how I worked it out, but it would just stop working because it had kind of a little, moving hard disk inside. You had to drop it from a certain distance, but on carpet, and it would kind of unjar the hard disk and it would start working again. The sound quality was rubbish. And eventually I ended up giving up on... Oh, and then I bought like a microphone and headphones and a radio receiver, all the little extra things that you could buy for the iPods. And everything cost a fortune. You know what Apple's like with their accessories. And then it broke. So I'd bought all these accessories and there wasn't a lot of choice out in the market that I knew about anyway. So I bought another iPod when the first one failed. And this one, had video and whatever, so it was an upgrade. None of the accessories I'd bought for the first one fit in the second one. It made me so mad. And then when that one failed, which it did quite quickly also, but still out of warranty, I ended up buying a Creative Zen, which was a brick of a thing, but it had all the accessories, super cheap, high quality, better quality screen, better quality everything, just didn't look as nice. And even from my time at Microsoft, I became anti-Apple. And I know people love their Apples, so if you love them, that's all good, but not me. Did it bounce? How high did it bounce? Not on Tinder, you goof. Okay. I can still play this song later if you want to hear it as an encore. But Zen, a Creative Zen. I think that's what mine was. See, John? Yeah, good taste. David, look, laptop is better. I mean, if you don't need to put it in your pocket, then, laptop does everything. I have got, you can't see it, it's just out of view, though, the most beautiful, instead of an iPad, I have a Microsoft Surface Pro. And it's an A4 screen, so I can put all my music charts on there. And basically it's a computer, but it's an iPad as well. Love it. You're old enough to have used a Walkman. Oh, of course, we all remember Walkman. But I remember the CDs used to jump because I used to go for a jog and it's like, that doesn't always work. It's all Greek to you, David. I heard you talking about your food before. You were cooking bacon and yummy things. I hope you had a nice dinner. And John, don't mention anything yummy because I'm not going to have lunch for quite a while. All right, this song, as you probably know, is from Polaroids and Postcards. If I could teach you all the secrets that I've learned about the world, I would. And I would show you only goodness in the world, if I could. But don't be frightened of pain. We need it like the rain. It's there to help us to the other side. It's the times that are the hardest at first that can mean the most and make it all worthwhile. Take this song to keep till later on. My love is in this song, so you're not alone. I write a letter to a small boy. You might not get it now, but maybe one words will mean to you so much more. You were born with such a handsome face, but that can't replace compassion and kindness. Make sure you look for all the beauty in the world around you, and inside people too. They'll give it back to you, and they're really all that matters in the end. Take this song to keep till later on. My love is in this song, so you're not alone. I write a letter to a small boy. You might not get it now, but maybe one day when I can put my arms around you, these words will mean to you so much more. I write a letter to a small boy. You might not get it now, but maybe one day when I can put my arms around you, these words will mean to you so much more. Oh, that's lovely, Chip. See, I think my mum would have become a singer. Just trying to get my Discman, 1986. Whoa. Vinyl. Hell, I even had Michael Jackson's album Thriller. John, I'm old enough to have been at the Sony Expo when they introduced the Walkman. You know, you couldn't walk with a Walkman. Cassettes on your Walkman. Oh. Yeah, just Chip's comment there. He said his mum wrote poetry and she put you in it. That's lovely. My mum was the middle sibling and she had two either side, so two older and two younger. And she said because of that, she tended to be overlooked and she was quite shy, which is funny. I think she's like me. I started off shy and ended up going, no, I don't want to be shy anymore, because the mother I know is definitely not shy, but she said she was shy when she was younger. And she was very musical and she used to love opera. And she had some records and they tended to be opera that she'd sing along to, but she was kind of too shy to ask for singing lessons, and anything she did, she wanted piano lessons, and I don't know, I think they said, no, there's no money for that. So, you know, that's no good, because I think she would have, you know, been a singer if she'd have had the choice. Oh, Sydney, you can't drive with Polaroids and postcards in my car. You have to just skip that song. All right, let's see what else. If you did want to hear Letter to a Small Boy later on again, I'm taking it off the list now, but you can always put it back on. Total Eclipse of the Heart. Shall we try that? That's a song I've always loved. It's not a song you would normally do on the piano, and I've literally just learnt it. So again, you're my guinea pigs. But I think it's a great song. It definitely deserves this, however. So we have fans of that song. Good to hear. I'm laughing at Sydney requesting Letter to a Small Boy. Okay. I'm not going to do that again, don't worry. Right now. I'm going to try Total Eclipse of the Heart. Wish me luck. It's, you know, it's a big song. And being only one girl here, I can't do all the turn around or the Turn around, bright eyes, because I'm doing the other part of the line, and you have to kind of choose which part of the line you're going to do. Oh, thanks, Chip. So can you please do those bits for me? You'll know them because you'll hear that they're missing. Turn around. Every now and again I get a little bit lonely and you're never coming round. Every now and again I get a little bit tired of listening to the sound of my tears. Every now and then I get a little bit nervous that the best of all the years have gone by. Every now and again I get a little bit terrified, and then I see the look in your eyes, bright eyes. Every now and again I fall apart, bright eyes. Every now and again I fall apart, and I need you now tonight, and I need you more than ever. And if you only hold me tight, we'll be holding on forever, and we'll only be making it right, 'cause we'll never be wrong. Together we can take it to the end of the line. Your love is like a shadow on me all of the time. I don't know what to do, I'm always in the dark. We're living in a panic and giving up sparks. I really need you tonight. Forever's gonna start tonight. Forever's gonna start. Once upon a time I was falling in love. Now I'm only falling apart. Nothing I can do. Total eclipse of the heart. Once upon a time there was light in my life, but now there's only love in the dark. Nothing I can say, total eclipse of the heart. Turn around, bright eyes. Every now and again I fall apart. Bright eyes. Every now and again I fall apart. And I need you now tonight. And I need you more than ever. And if you only hold me tight, we'll be holding on forever. And we'll only be making it right, 'cause we'll never be wrong. Together we can take it to the end of the line. Your love is like a shadow on me all of the time. I don't know what to do, I'm always in the dark, living in a panic and giving up sparks. I really need you tonight. Forever's gonna start tonight. Forever's gonna start. Once upon a time I was falling in love. Now I'm only falling apart. Nothing I can say, total eclipse of the heart. Once upon a time there was light in my life. Now there's only love in the dark. Nothing I can say, total eclipse of the heart. Total eclipse of the heart. did she leave? When did I put that curtain on the back wall? Oh, that's been there a long time, David. So I hoped you liked my Daggy But Awesome there. I did it. That was fun. That's a fun song to do. Has she been giving evil looks into the camera? What is she doing again, this girl? She's so noisy. Why can't she just be quiet sometimes? Let me see. Oh, tears to that one too. Oh, I don't know what it is about that song. It's just, I love it. I love Bonnie Tyler, actually, in general. She's pretty awesome. I found this when I was looking through YouTube, through my own channel, and many years ago, I got a phone call from out of the blue, and it was it was quite funny because it was a stranger, someone I had met. His name was Mahmood Khan, and he said, "I'm an artist, a music artist. I've been very popular. I can't think if it's Sri Lanka or Pakistan or India that he actually comes from, but he had a particularly major success in India, and with his kind of world music mixed with pop style." And he was telling me about his career on the phone, and he said, I just found you through Google. I searched Australian pop artist, female or something like that. And he said, I really want to do a song for charity and, release it, and the money will go towards Red Cross. But I'd really like to work with some local people, and I don't know anybody in Australia yet. So I thought, if I start with a female singer, we could do a duet, or maybe you've got some other singer friends we could bring on board. And did I ever learn any Roxette? I have to think about that one. No, I haven't learned how to play any, but it wouldn't take me long to learn. And so I went to meet with him, but I didn't know this person, right? I did look him up, obviously, on Google, and there was a Mahmood Khan that had #1 hits in India and all that kind of stuff. But you don't know if the person that's ringing you is actually that person, right? So I said to Simon, if I call you or if I text you with the word broccoli, no, it wasn't broccoli, it was Brussels sprout, because I hate Brussels sprouts. If I either text you with that word or I call you and say, I just have to get some groceries and I'll have to get some Brussels sprouts, then you know that this guy's bad and he wants to kidnap me. Okay, so that's how, because I was going to his house as well. I don't know why we just didn't go to a cafe or something. Anyway, he wasn't an axe murderer, so it was fine. He was very nice. And he said, so do you know any other female singers that might want to work with us? And I mean, I can't help but think you really don't know that if you're going to ask any female singer in Sydney if she knows female singers, then you've come to the right place. I'm sure he would have found out that when he Googled me and just didn't want to offend me by saying, I don't want just you, I want your friends. So basically, I got a whole lot of other Pop-Tarts. The cafe was out of Brussels sprouts. And we put this song together. So Mahmood, myself, and another girl who John will know at least, Tanya Murray, wrote this song together, and we released it for Red Cross. Am I nuts not liking Brussels sprouts, or am I nuts going to a stranger's house? Probably both. So I found, I forgot, like it was so long ago now. It was actually probably about 12, 13 years ago. And I know that because I was pregnant just as the shoot, we did the shoot for the music video, which I'll play you in a minute. I was wearing an outfit that started to become tight around the belly, and that's because I was early pregnancy. So it's got to be 12 and a half years ago now. I found that I remember that Mahmood had a film crew come to the making of the song when we were recording the song and the music video. So it's about an hour-long video, which I won't play you, but I'll just play you a few minutes of it. Yes, Stranger's House, I know. Crazy, huh? That's good, Chip. I look forward to hearing it. So I'm going to play you this little part of the video that Mahmood put together. And John, you'll definitely recognise everybody, I think, in this film clip. Others, You won't know these artists necessarily, but they're all amazing artists in their own right, and also some of my best friends. So I'll just play you a few minutes of that, and then I'll play you the actual song that was the result.
Got it?
Yeah, just go ahead and...
Which comes in after that, and that's Evelyn.
Yeah, and
Tanya.
Actually, Tanya, why don't you introduce her to the camera?
Is it rolling?
Yeah, it's rolling.
This is Evelyn Dupre.
You need a frame filler? I am a frame filler. Always wanted to be one of them.
How did you find out about this project?
Oh, from this wonderful lady. Amanda. It was Amanda.
It's all about Pop-Tarts.
Yeah. And so have you had a good day so far?
It's been great, yeah. It's been a lot of fun, actually. I didn't know what to expect, so yeah, it's been really cool.
Oh, yeah. Cool. What's been the highlight of your day so far?
The champagne! Oh, I didn't say that.
I think actually, to be honest, listening back to all of the choir that we had, the vocal ensemble.
Me too.
That was sensational. Yeah, that was sensational.
So what made you join in this project when you heard about
Oh,
it?
you were involved.
Oh.
The charity aspect, obviously, and the multicultural. I mean, yeah, sort of as Amanda sent out an email asking if we wanted to be involved in this charity song. That was always, it's always been likened to "We Are the World," so we referred to it as the "We Are the World" thing for a long time. And and that sort of roped all of us in. And it's funny because We Are the World's got so many different singers, well-known singers, whereas we're independent artists and we're all from completely different backgrounds, nationality-wise. And it's just become more and more interesting as it's unfolded.
So how did both of you feel standing in a room with about 25 other amazing singers?
It was great.
Enlightened, yeah.
It was great. Awesome. Just the energy and the spontaneity and the wall of sound. It was
the wall
fantastic.
of sound. That's exactly it.
Yeah. Fantastic.
And it's funny, everyone's got their own strong voice, but you put it together and it's stronger than some of its parts.
Very angelic and just awesome. Yeah, very powerful. Yeah, it was good.
Behave. Sit up straight. People are watching.
Audio, video, uno, deo, dano. Good one.
And
I'm a Pakistani-born singer-songwriter, and I'm here in Sydney trying to develop a project and work on a project that could be beneficial for all the independent artists in the business and for all the people who are trying to make an effort, all the artists who are trying to make an effort to make a contribution, and they couldn't in the past because you have to be signed to a label and you have to be promoted properly to get somewhere in the music industry. But because of the digital revolution and because of iTunes and because of all the things that are happening in the digital world, I think it's possible now for artists to independently release their records and to create a niche for themselves and to make a contribution and to prosper from their music without having to run after a record label and trying to find somebody who believes in you. You really don't need that anymore. If you believe in yourself, you can make things happen. Well, I worked in LA as a sound engineer and a music producer and and an artist for about good 14 years, but I would say about 7-8 years of those years were totally constantly working in the recording studio, developing a sound, and I had realized at a very early stage of my career that sound engineering is a crucial element that you need to have. So I went after it and I did that, and I worked in studios all over LA, and you name a studio and I've been there. After doing that for a few years, I realized it was time to move on and do my solo career move. And I saved some money, and I had a situation happening with a record label where they were willing to give me a development deal if I was to give them a few songs. And I went on and I developed those songs, but it didn't take 6 or 7 months. It took about a good 7-8 years before I had a few songs that I really liked. So I released an album on my own label, and I've always been into this independent artist thing, and that you really don't need a record company. You got to start it on your own, and you got to make a niche for yourself, find a market, and discover yourself throughout the process. That was the main thing for that, and that's what I did. And I recorded an album with Nusrat Fateh Ali Khan. That went pretty big, and it was a good thing for me because he was somebody I really wanted to work with, and he had just done Dead Man's Walking soundtrack, and he was respected in the industry, and it was the right place to be at the right time, so I had to work with him, which kind of launched my career in India and in other places of the world where Nusrat is cherished.
So there you go. So I'm going to play you now the resulting song.
How many raindrops make up the sea? How many miles lie between you and me? To make it like moonlight on your rainy night, if we really try. All of the voices that disagree. And how many times do we need to be to drown out the dark night, shining like spotlights all around? We could be paradise if we give just a little of the wealth in our life. Together and open hand, just once or twice, we might just make it right. Sometimes it's the small things we need to do.
And sometimes we can measure what they all add up to. I promise land, my promised land.
It may seem an answer that we can never start over. It may seem we are bent on bringing each other down.
Don't let no one ever bring you down. It only takes a few to pave the way, and another little step can save the day. We could be paradise. Ain't every child an angel that's born in our lives? Together and open hand, just once or
So there you go. Thank you, John. I wonder, I think am I at 49 followers? Can you see that from where you are? Yes, thank you. It is a cool video, huh? Blast from the past. And I bet, John, you knew a lot of people in that. A lot of Pop-Tarts. Evelyn Dupre, Tanya Murray. You want a shirt with that redhead picture on it. Oh, maybe one day. All right, let me see. What have we got here? I haven't had any requests from Joe, of course. Is there a project that Joe and I don't do together? Yolanda. Oh, my goodness. The list goes on. Jessica Birdville. Remember her? So, John, I don't think I've got any requests from you, so please feel free. But I do have plenty here, so I really should do the one that I promised. That definitely deserves to have this played before it. Where is it? This is pretty much the definition. This is pretty much what this song is pretty much what that little video was created for, and that whole saying. Well, I saw the thing coming out of the sky. It had one long horn and one big eye. I commenced to shaking and I said, oh, wee. It looks like a purple people eater to me. It was a one-eyed, one-horned, flying purple people eater. One-eyed, one-horned, flying purple people eater. One-eyed, one-horned, flying purple people eater. Sure looks strange to me. Well, he came down to earth and he lit in a tree. I said, Mr. Purple People Eater, don't eat me. I heard him say in a voice so gruff, I wouldn't eat you 'cause you're so tough. It was a one-eyed, one-horned, flying purple people eater. One-eyed, one-horned, flying purple people eater. One-eyed, one-horned, flying purple people eater. Sure looks strange to me. I said, Mr. People Purple Eater, what's your line? He said, it's eating purple people and it sure is fine. But that's not the reason that I came to land. I want to get a job in a rock and roll band. Well, bless my soul, rock and roll, flying purple people eater. Pigeon-toed, undergrowth, flying purple people eater. We wear short shorts, flying purple people eater. Sure looks strange to me. And then he swung from the tree and he lit on the ground. He started to rock, really rocking around. It was a crazy ditty with a swinging tune, singing beep-bop-a-loop-a, a limb bam boom. Well, bless my soul, rock and roll, purple people eater. Pigeon-toed, undergrowth, flying purple beetle people. I like short shorts, flying purple people eater. Sure looks strange to me. And then he went on his way, and what do you know? I saw him last night on a TV show. He was blowing it out and really rocking them dead, playing rock and roll music through the heart in his head. Tequila! That is the weirdest song. And I swear, it ends like that. Oh, the people are purple. I had understood that wrong. Oh, I think he's purple and he eats people. Land of the Lost? I haven't even heard that. Happy Tears Are Good. We can always rely on that song to make you think life is pretty crazy and, nah, it doesn't matter. That is that song for us, for sure. All right, let me see. What else do we have here? Something a little less crazy? How about Have You Ever Seen the Rain? That's a good one. I think, is that from you, David? Yes. Oh, the old TV show Saturday Morning's Land of the Lost. I don't know, maybe we didn't have that here? I'm not sure. We had Lost in Space. Good time to put on the reverb. Lost in Space. Someone told me long ago, there's a calm before the storm. I know it's been coming for some time. When it's over, so they'll say, it'll rain a sunny day. I know, shining down like water. I wanna know, have you ever seen the rain? I wanna know, have you ever seen the rain? Coming down on a sunny day. Yesterday and days before, sun is cold and rain is hard. I know, when I pray for all my time, till forever on it goes, through the circle fast and slow. I know, and it can't stop, I wonder. I wanna know, have you ever seen the rain? I wanna know, have you ever seen the rain? Coming down on a sunny day. I wanna know, have you ever seen the rain? I wanna know, have you ever seen the rain? Coming down on a sunny day. Hello, Canadian-born Narkat. Born UK. Oh, I'm so silly. Sorry. Canadian-born UK heart. I'm such a ditz. Welcome and thank you very much. That is a song from my song list. If you want to make a request, you'd be very welcome. I don't know how long you've been on Twitter. I'm very new to it. So if I tell you how to suck eggs, excuse me. But if you want to look at the list, you can post exclamation mark and the word list. Oh, and Chip, yes. Canadian, James, how are you? I like Canadian-born UK heart though. I wonder why that is. Tell us why you have a UK heart. Because it's funny, I have a son who is 12 years old, and he has a UK heart too. I mean, his father is British, but he's been born here and he's grown up here, but he just loves everything British. Twitch still shows you 27 minutes and 19 seconds till the show starts. Well, how damn rude, I say. And James, if I can ask you a favour, but you so don't have to do it if this is rude to ask. I'm, as I said, only very new to Twitch, and last time I looked I had 49 followers, and 50 is a magic number on Twitch, as you may know. So if you do feel like following, and no pressure because it's probably really rude and crass to ask, I don't know. I don't know all the Twitch culture yet. It might be saying how much money do you earn or something really rude like that. So if it is, just totally ignore me. But if it isn't rude to ask, it would be amazing. And I don't know what will happen once it switches over to 50. Like maybe, the quality of everything suddenly gets better and you'll all get sent rainbows in the mail and, all sorts of things. Oh, thank you, James. I really appreciate it. Nothing happened. But that's okay. It's still really important and I super appreciate it. And if there's any song that you'd like to hear me do, please let me know. As I said, I do have a song list, but I'm also willing to try random things if it's something I've heard before at least. Okay, now I've just lost the song list because I pressed the wrong button. I got all excited by the fact that I'm officially an affiliate now on Twitch. So I'm very excited. Okay, let's go back to the queue and see what other songs are And yes, I'm interested to hear your story as well, James, why you have a UK heart. Oh, Arthur's Theme, I can do that. I love that song. It is this, however, I think. You know I love playing this video, right? And you know this is what's going on my tombstone. And I'm sorry, I've never even heard of yellow polka dot bikini thing that you're saying. And, you know, if I did, I'd probably pretend I didn't. I will do Girl in the Song for you too. This is Arthur's Theme for now. Once in your life you find her. This is what happens. Once in your life you find her and then this happens. Let me try that again. Okay. It was an itsy ditsy bikini. I've always loved the UK. I've never been, but my heart feels like it should be there. Look, I get that. I think there's something really wonderful about British culture, especially if you're a music fan. I mean, you know, for me, David Bowie, the Rolling Stones, Goldfrapp, more currently, Portishead. There are so many British bands that I just love to death. Okay, let me get back. The mic's just not that into me. It's had a case of the flopsies. Let's try that again. Once in your life you find her, someone who turns your heart around, and next thing you know, you're closing down the town. Wake up and it's still with you, even though you left away across town. You're wondering to yourself, hey, what have I found? When you get caught between the moon and New York City, I know it's crazy, but it's true. If you get caught between the moon and New York City, the best that you can do, the best that you can do is fall in love. Arthur, he does as he pleases. All of his life, his master's choice, and deep in his heart, he's just a boy, living his life one day at a time and showing himself a pretty good time, laughing about the way they want him to be. When you get caught between the moon and New York City, I know it's crazy, but it's true. If you get caught between the moon and New York City, the best that you can do, the best that you can do is fall in love. When you get caught between the moon and New York City, I know it's crazy, but it's true. If you get caught between the moon and New York City, the best that you can do, the best that you can do is fall in love. You have a German name, but your DNA test shows you're 65% British. How amazing. I haven't done the DNA thing yet. I really want to do it too. I know I have a lot of British. Easton is Scottish, as you probably know from Sheena Easton, who is my great aunt's cousin. And I have a bit of French, Welsh, Irish. I just know that from the family tree, but I would love to do the DNA thing as well. I think that's fascinating. And I really want to go to Canada. A lot of people say that Canada and Australia have a lot of similarities culturally. Have Sheena call me. I don't even know her. Even though we're related, I've never met her. But I've just finished watching a show that was filmed in Toronto, based in Toronto, Kim's Convenience. No doubt, James, you know it. Oh, my God. I know that's just a tiny little slice of Canadian life and probably not necessarily typical, but it made me want to go even more. I know I would love it there. You married a Canadian once, Chip. I have quite a few Canadian friends in Australia, and there is a thing between Australians and Canadians. We seem to get each other. So yes, it's on the list, absolutely. British Columbia, yep. You dated a Canadian bobsled girl. Well, I think that means I have to play you this song. For some reason, it made me think of this song, which you have requested anyway, Chip. And you're 100 miles north of Toronto. There you go. So this song is from Wallflower, my latest album, and I think it was you that requested this, was it, Chip? Let me just get that right. Girl in the song. Oh, also Sydney. So I think you both requested it, so that's good. I'll make two people happy at least.
You looking me in the eye while you're singing about her. You don't see the crowd of 1,000 people here. Truth can be heavy. Is this your way of telling me you want me near? Am I the girl in the song that you're singing? Am I the jelly knot that keeps your head spinning? Am I the girl in the song? Is it the pillow of my lips and the nape of my neck? The curve of my back and the light in my green eyes? Is it me in the melody? Love is woven there. Am I the one who makes you high? Am I the girl in the song that I'm hearing? Am I the one that gives you reason for living? Am I the girl in the song? the angelic night that keeps your head spinning. Am I the girl in the song? Ooh, hey, hey, hey. Ooh, hey, hey,
Thank you, Chip. And the other girls say thank you. Okay, Harmony Petal, I can turn you off now. Some kind of witchcraft, I like it. That's the aim. I once went to a fortune teller, and I don't know if I believe in that. Oh, thank you, James. You know, one good thing about the pandemic is that I feel like it must be true, right? People are online more than ever, or online in a different way. Partly because they're, you know, looking to be social because it's more difficult to be, but also because they might be working from home or that kind of thing. And I know I'm live streaming a lot more because I have no work at the moment, but because I like it. But, you know, that's one of the positives, I think, of the pandemic. And there are positives, and I'm trying to stick to thinking only of them. Okay, let me see. What else have we got? Oh, yeah, I was telling you about witchcraft. I don't know if I believe in... I'm on the fence about a lot of those kind of things. I don't not believe and I don't believe, if that makes sense, in things like fortune tellers. I do think some people seem to have a gift. Anyway, I went to a fortune teller and I'm not even sure why. Oh, that's right, I was with my mum. And my mum is like me, fairly pragmatic, and I would never have thought she would suggest fortune teller either. But we were walking in Bondi Junction, which probably means nothing to anybody except for John, walking down the street, and there was a fortune teller just sitting by the side of the road. So you would think if you're going to a fortune teller, you might try and go to someone recommended, someone that's actually in a building. But no, this person was at the side of the road. And my mum said, why don't we go? I went, what? Why? And she said, oh, you know, just for some fun. Why don't we go? She said, I'll pay for you to get your fortune done. I went, well, okay. So we went along. And I was in a relationship at the time. And the guy said, watch out for those gypsies. No, he didn't say that. That's what David said. He said, show me your hands. And I did. And he said, you have witch's fingers. So check this out. My hands are going to look really big, obviously, anyway, but see if you can see. Can you see the pads of my fingers? They don't look that much like that. Maybe this one's a good example. They're kind of pointy on the end. The little pads are pointy here. He said that means I've got witch's fingers. So, you know, I don't feel like I have any kind of special powers, but maybe I'm still waiting for them to come out. Anyway, he said, oh, you're going to make a very big change in your life, and your relationship is going to break up. And I was kind of going, yeah, for sure, because I was in a very solid relationship at the time and thought this guy, and I'd been with him for years, and I thought this guy has no idea what he's talking about, but, you know, I'm not going to say anything. I'll just go along with it. And I can't remember, there was a specific that he said, because, you know, I mean, that kind of thing, gosh, you're going to get it right 50% of the time, but he said something very specific. He said, you're going to go to the country of his birth, but not with him. And the boyfriend at the time was from Spain. Anyway, I said to Mum afterwards, you know, thanks, but that's crazy, right? All the stuff he said, that none of that is true. No, because he said you've just broken up with a long-term boyfriend. That's right. Not that you're going to. You already have. I'm like, yeah, right. Anyway, completely let it go out of my mind. All I remembered was the witch's fingers things, because I'd look at my fingers and go, huh? Why have I got... At least he didn't say I've got a witch's nose. or witch's warts or something like that from playing on the keyboard. Well, you never know. It could be. Anyway, how many years later? Maybe 5 years later, I was walking down the main boulevard in Madrid, and I saw a fortune teller sitting by the side of the road. I went, I suddenly remembered that story. And who was I walking down this boulevard with? My now husband, who was not, it might have been actually not 5 years, it was more like 8 years later. And I was in Spain, the country of my ex's birth, exactly like he'd said. And a few of the other specifics he said, they all actually were true, but they took about 8 years to come true. So he had the timing wrong, but he had the details spot on. I had that gift once upon a time, had feelings for a girl, and one day in a card I wrote for her to be careful the coming week. Something's going to happen. A visitor to her home broke her window accidentally. Apartment manager kicked her out. Oh, well, if you tell me anything, Sid, please only tell me good stuff. I think that's part of the reason I don't like going to fortune tellers and things like that, because I don't know that I want to know. Because if someone told me something bad was going to happen, then I would just be worried that it's going to happen. So I think I would rather not know. I remember seeing a skit once where the character said he was allowed to find out something about his future, and he said, I want to find out where I'm going to die. And the person giving him the wish is like, most people want to find out when they're going to die. Why do you want to find out where you're going to die? And he said, well, I'll never go there, which I think is very smart. All right, I'm going to play you. What am I going to play you? I'm going to play you this because it always puts a smile on my face. So that was very random, I know. But since we're talking about ex-boyfriends and ex-girlfriends and things like that, I'm going to play you a song that it's on my current album, Wallflower, as well, that is about that. Now, this is a question I've asked before. Some people are very good at staying in touch with and friends with their exes. I'm not. And it's not because I don't have good feelings for the people. I haven't had many ex-boyfriends, but it's not that I don't still... It's not that I hate them or dislike them. It's almost the opposite. It's because there were so many strong feelings there. I can't just cut those off and go, yeah, I'll just be your mate. I just can't do it. And this song is kind of about that. But this is more about the case where you break up with someone and they've done the wrong thing by you. So, yeah, don't even try and be my friend, mate.
Did you mean to look so damn good today? Are you back to remind me of the way? The view down memory lane is never quite the same. We're not two of a kind anymore. Don't even take off your coat. Got something to tell me, then leave me a note. My words catch at the back of my throat. I'm no longer yours, you're no longer mine. No, 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 don't even throw out your coffee cup, so no reason to stay. Don't make yourself at home, put that shot glass away. I won't change my mind, so don't take your time. And no, I'm not falling apart anymore. Don't even take off your coat. Got something to tell me, then leave me a note. My words catch at the back of my throat. I'm no longer yours, you're no longer mine. No, 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 don't even. You know I would have changed my hair for you. Didn't have the chance to show you all I could do. Don't even cry, you know it's a lie. I don't love you too. Don't even take off your coat. Got something to tell me, then leave me a note. My words catch at the back of my throat. I'm no longer yours, you're no longer mine. No, 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 don't even.
So since we're talking about exes, and I've got to say, this poor ex, he was never the opposite of me. You know, I'm a computer nerd and I love technology, and he never was on Facebook, which helps, right? If you're trying to get away from your ex, if they're not on Facebook, that's a good thing. But I've written a lot of songs about him, and there's definitely a place in my heart for him. So if he ever happens to see any of these live streams where I'm talking about him, it's coming from a place of love, I promise. But just don't take off your coat. This song, okay, this was a request from about the same ex-boyfriend. As I said, I haven't had many. This is for Sydney. And of course, the story is one day Mum calls, says, there's a whole lot of, what did you leave all that stuff on my doorstep, all those photos and things in that box? I didn't know what she was talking about. 7. That's how many, Chip. And in fact, I get distracted, don't I? I see a conversation. I've had 7 boyfriends. And the song Overcome that's on Wallflower, the opening line is 7 heartbreaks carried me here. Yeah. Yeah, they all had heartbreaks. I mean, you know, I think any relationship that breaks up, that didn't necessarily mean they broke up with me or I broke up with them or whatever. It's just, you know, I'm a huge softie, so any relationship breaking up is going to give me heartbreak. And yes, so back to at the door. Mum says, what's this box of stuff you've left on my doorstep? I didn't leave it. So it turns out it was the ex. Threw away all our memories.
It felt like every day was summer for me and you. Days stretched out ahead forever, yellow and blue. A Hollywood house, open top cars a lifetime ago. Now it's all here in a battered shoebox. It overflows. 10 years of us
You packed it up, left it at my door, and all there is left of us is at the door. You didn't stop to say hello or see my face. You left me with these photographs and nothing to say. You dropped it all off in this battered shoebox and slipped away. 10 years of us, you packed it up and left it at my door. And all there is left of us is at the door. I know we had a fairy tale life before the rug got pulled away. Old hurts are only whispers now. The history of us can never really change. 10 years of us, you packed it up, left it at my door. And all there is left of us is at the door. Oh, 16 years. That's a long one. It's definitely a hard thing to get over. So let's do something happier now. How about dreams? Bit of Fleetwood Mac. And you know how much I'm missing my Fleetwood Mac tribute. Mind you, this isn't a song that I do. Hey, Chip, you have to go. I'll tell Jo you said hello. You have a raccoon for her as well. I'm sure she would love that. She's a massive animal lover like me. All right, this is Fleetwood Mac's biggest ever song. Who requested this? This is David. This is for you. And apparently Stevie Nicks wrote it in a day. I think she had a day off. So she just, wrote this song. And it's actually only, depending which way you look at it, it's basically got 2 chords in it. But what a killer song, huh? And your good night, Chip. So good to see you. See you next time. Now there you go again, you say you want your freedom. Well, who am I to keep you down? It's only right that you should play it the way you feel it. But listen carefully to the sound of your loneliness, like a heartbeat drives you mad. In the stillness of remembering what you had and what you lost and what you had and what you lost. Oh, thunder only happens when it's raining. Players only love you when they're playing. They say women, they will come and they will go. When the rain washes you clean, you'll know. You will know. Now here I go again, I see the crystal vision. I keep my visions to myself. It's only me who wants to wrap around your dreams. And have you any dreams you'd like to sell? Dreams of loneliness, like a heartbeat drives you mad. In the stillness of remembering what you had and what you lost and what you had and what you lost. Oh, thunder only happens when it's raining. Players only love you when they're playing. They say women, they will come and they will go. When the rain washes you clean, you know. Oh, thunder only happens when it's raining. Players only love you when they're playing. They say women, they will come and they will go. When the rain washes you clean, you know. You will know. You will know. No, 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 you'll know. No, 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 you'll know. No, 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 you'll know. Oh, you're very welcome. Yeah, killer song, right? Stevie Nicks is a clever chickie. That is for sure. Oh, yeah, that's a good song, Under the Boardwalk. I haven't done that for a long time. I better give that one a go, huh? That's for Sydney. The Drifters, and also Bette Midler. By the way, my American friends, and I would say probably the same with you, James, I'm assuming your time zone wouldn't be so friendly for ours apart from this kind of time. But my next live stream will be tomorrow, but it'll be tomorrow night at 5 p.m. Aussie time, well, Sydney time. So Sydney with a Y. I have to say that because we have our great friend Sydney here. So I've been doing this thing in lockdown. We have a great street. I live in a really cool street here in the inner west. Yeah, it's an hour early, John. Because of what I'm about to tell you, we have a great street here. Oh, it's midnight for you, is it? Oh, well. Unless you're sleepless, I guess I won't be seeing you tomorrow. Everyone is very friendly and sociable in this street. And when we went into lockdown this time, one of our neighbours started organising some online, some like Zoom parties with whiskey tasting. So I think we've done 2 or 3 so far. We don't do all of them. The neighbours do them once a week. And we figure that that's a little bit too much, but we do pop in every now and again, and we're doing one this Friday. Actually, you know, it's not whiskey this time, it's rum. Oh, gosh. And we actually have a professional rum expert. Imagine being a rum expert. What do? I'm a rum expert. Cool. So he comes on and we all get sent a box of little tasting bottles of whatever the alcohol is. And it's actually a bar in the city. And I love that. Normally whiskey, but this time rum. And there's a bar in the city and it's called, I will tell you when I look it up, I've forgotten, but I don't know the bar. I'd never been there before. But they have an offshoot called the Box Bar because they send you a box of a little bar. So it has the little tasting bottles in it and it has snacks, daiquiris. Yes, I love daiquiris. That would be, the snacks go with their particular tastings. I think there's 5 little bottles and he gives you the history of the alcohol in question, and you all taste it together. And there's probably about 10 of us in the street that do it. You know, each one is, some are singles and some are families and some are couples and whatever. All people that I know in real life. So it's a little group. And yes, so on Friday, I think that's at 7:30. So I'm doing an earlier live stream starting at 5 p.m. instead of 6 tomorrow, just so I don't have to run away too early. And, you know, my live stream game has really, you know, become a bigger thing because get lonely without the singing and the people. So I'm so happy that you've come to join me. Normally I would do probably live stream once a week because of all my gigs, but no gigs. No gigs in the near future, so I'll be here. You'll be stuck with me for a while. So this is a song about the days when we used to be able to go to the beach. Not true, actually. You were allowed to go to the beach. The first lockdown in Sydney last year, they closed the beaches. And, you know, I don't want people to miss out on the beach, but our numbers are going through the roof. So maybe think about closing the beaches again. Are you enjoying your painkillers? Don't have rum with painkillers. I haven't done this song for a few years, so excuse me. Oh, so it's after midnight there. In Canada, it's 12:25 a.m. Well, you're obviously rock and roll, so that is good. I'm like you. I like staying up late too. When the sun beats down. How does it go again? When the sun beats down and burns your tar up on the roof, and your shoes get so hot you wish your tired feet were fireproof. Under the boardwalk, down by the sea, yeah, on a blanket with my baby, that's where I'd be. From the park you hear happy sound from the carousel. I can almost taste the hot dogs and French fries they sell. Under the boardwalk, down by the sea, yeah, on a blanket with my baby, that's where I'd be. Under the boardwalk, out of the sun, under the boardwalk, we'll be having some fun. Under the boardwalk, we'll be walking above. Under the boardwalk, we'll be falling in love. Under the boardwalk, boardwalk. With me under the night, under the stars, by the raging sea, under the boardwalk, down by the sea, on a blanket with my baby, that's where I'd be. On a blanket with my baby, that's where I'd be. Under the boardwalk, out of the sun, under the boardwalk, we'll be having some fun. Under the boardwalk, everybody's walking above. Under the boardwalk, we'd be falling in love. Under the boardwalk, boardwalk. Oh, what have I missed out there? Bette Midler did that so well. Yeah, I got to say I like her version. 9:27. Is it 9:27 p.m. for you, Sydney? Is that what I'm seeing? You know, we used to have a boardwalk at my favourite beach, Coogee. Coogee's a Aboriginal word, lot of people see it as Coogee, but it's Coogee. And I was brought up at the beach next door called Clovelly, which I know is a place in the UK. And there used to be, well, there still is a boardwalk there. So a boardwalk all across the top. And underneath, actually we called it a promenade, which I think is probably a British version of a boardwalk, I think. But underneath the promenade, there was a space. So it was one of those promenades that you could, so you'd walk down the stairs and you could be underneath the promenade. Well, is that the same as being under the boardwalk? I guess it is. Yeah. And as teenagers, we would all huddle under the boardwalk, and because we'd go to the beach, you know, rain, hail or shine, just because we wanted to hang out together. And, you know, people would be hiding from, I don't know, people they'd broken hearts of and that kind of thing, you know, when you're teenagers, and probably people doing cheeky things like smoking and drinking when they shouldn't have been. So lots of stuff would happen under the boardwalk or under the promenade. And I actually wrote a song last year, and I hadn't thought about this song, Under the Boardwalk, in that respect. And I wonder if it's a similar thing, but I wrote a song called Under the Promenade because it reminded me of my teenage years. I think that'll go on the next album. Wind Beneath My Wings, yes, you requested that, and that's a Bette Midler song as well, and I will do that. And I know that is from that movie Beaches. So I'm sorry, David, you know I say this with the utmost love, but that song is. It is jaggy but awesome. It must have been cold there in my shadow to never have sunlight on your face. You were content to let me shine, that's your way. You always walk a step behind. So I was the one with all the glory, while you were the one with all the strength. A beautiful face without a name for so long. A beautiful smile to hide the pain. Did you ever know that you're my hero? And everything I would like to be. I can fly higher than an eagle, for you are the wind beneath my wings. You might have appeared to go unnoticed, but I've got it all here in my heart. I want you to know I know the truth, of course I know it. I would be nothing without you. Did you ever know that you're my hero? And everything I would like to be. I can fly higher than an eagle, for you are the wind beneath my wings. Did you ever know that you're my hero? You're everything, everything I would like to be. Oh, and I can fly high for you are the wind beneath my wings. Oh, I hope they're good tears. It's a beautiful song. It's got such a beautiful message. So let me mark that off the list. Okay, let's do this one. This is an oldie but a goodie. I won't play the video again, but I do think it is also daggy but awesome. So James, I wonder if you know what daggy means. Daggy is a word we use in Australia that means kind of geeky and uncool. But many people, including myself, use it in a very affectionate way. So, I mean, one of my nicknames is Dagface. Yeah, I know. But it's said, I think, it's said affectionately. But, you know, a dag, if you looked it up in the dictionary, is actually the piece of poo that hangs off a sheep's bum. But we won't go into that right now, even though I just did. All right. What did we say we were doing again? I've completely been distracted by thoughts of poo off a sheep's bum. That's right. We're going to do this one. Who did this originally? I think this would be from this, I'm guessing here, a 60s song. This is a request for you, I think, David. Is it David or is it? No, Sydney. It's a request for Sydney. Frankie Valli. Oh, thank you, James. Oh, I accidentally got to the wrong song. La 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 la, because it had the can't at the beginning of it. That's not the one I meant. Can't take, not can't get. You're just too good to be true. Can't take my eyes off of you. You'd be like heaven to touch. I want to hold you so much. At long last love has arrived, and I thank God I'm alive. You're just too good to be true. Can't take my eyes off of you. Pardon the way that I stare, there's nothing else to compare. The thought of you leaves me weak. There are no words left to speak. But if you feel like I feel, please let me know it's for real. You're just too good to be true. Can't take my eyes off of you. This is where you need to sing along. Na da 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 da. I love you, baby, and if it's quite alright, I need you, baby, to warm the lonely night. I love you, baby. Trust in me when I say, oh, pretty baby, don't let me down, I pray. Oh, pretty baby, now that I've found you, stay and let me love you, baby. Let me love you. You're just too good to be true. Can't take my eyes off of you. You feel like heaven to touch. I want to hold you so much. At long last love has arrived, and I thank God I'm alive. You're just too good to be true. Can't take my eyes off of you. to warm the lonely nights. I love you, baby. Trust in me when I say, oh, pretty baby, don't let me down, I pray. Oh, pretty baby, now that I found you, stay and let me love you, baby. Let me love you. Your tablet censored it, but the heavy tablet didn't. Is that what's it called on a dog's bum? I'm sorry, I'm not an expert in poo hanging off animals' bum. I only know about sheep. Because I'm an Australian and New Zealanders, aren't we supposed to only know about sheep? A turd, yeah. Wonder why it's a sheep? Because we have a lot of them in Australia. And so people are a little bit obsessed by them. I didn't have to go there, but I did. Just to keep you on your toes. I'm pressing the new message. Here we go. Bad. Bad. I get it. I step away for a moment and we're talking about poo. Well, it's better than what were we talking about? We were talking about, that food stuff and then the mouldy toes. So it could be worse. I really enjoyed that day and my mouth is watering just thinking about it. We were talking about food and cultural differences in food. And we were talking about potato scallops, which in some places in Australia they call potato cakes. And the Americans, you Americans, got a hold of it and you put ranch dressing on them and probably made them even yummier. I know, it's a nice group of people here, isn't it, James? Some awesome people. I know one of them in the flesh. I did that song earlier, In the Flesh, Blondie. And that is John, who has been a friend of mine for a very long time. And I used to run a female-fronted pop music showcase for female pop performers called Pop Tarts, and that's where I met John, because John is a great supporter and a fan of live music, and he came along to one of our Pop Tarts showcases, which at one stage were weekly, and I did them for almost 10 years. And after that, we would miss it dreadfully if he didn't come, and he had to bring a note from his mum if he didn't come. Oh, there is a song called In the Flesh, Pink Floyd. No, but I did the Blondie In the Flesh. Actually, I do a Blondie and Pretenders tribute show, and I'm really missing it because we can't do gigs at the moment. So I hope you will indulge me and let me do you a Blondie song. You posted a YouTube video, 2 ways to make Dagwood dogs. Because we were talking about Dagwood dogs and all the kind of food that you get at the fair or the Easter show that we normally have here, which is like a big fair. And scallop potatoes here are sliced, baked in milk and cheese. Potato cakes are fried. Oh, so you do have both. There you go, normal and Korean. Stop it, you're making me hungry. But yeah, cheese on a stick, that gets me every time. Fried cheese, breaded, yum. All right, this is, it might not necessarily be a Blondie song, it's not one of their biggest, but it's one of my favourites. It's got a line in it. And I always say this. If you even see video of me performing this song live, I'll always say it. But it's got one of my favourite lyric lines in it. Let me see. I will give you my finest hour, the one I spent watching you shower. It's picture this. All I want is a room with a view, as I was seeing a vision of you. All I want is a room with a view. Oh, whoa. I will give give you my finest hour, the one I spent watching you shower. I will give you my finest hour. Oh yeah. All I want is a photo in my wallet, a small remembrance of something more solid. All I want is a picture of you. Picture this, a day in December. Picture this, freezing cold weather. You got clouds on your lids and you'd be on the skids if it weren't for your job at the garage. If you could only, oh, oh, picture this, a sky full of thunder. Picture this, my telephone number. 101 is what I'm telling you, oh yeah. All I want is 20/20 vision, a total portrait with no omissions. All I want is a vision of you. Oh, if you can picture this, a day in December. Picture this, freezing cold weather. You got clouds on your lids and you'd be on the skids if it weren't for your job at the garage. If you could only, oh, oh, picture this, a sky full of thunder. Picture this, my telephone number. 101 is what I'm telling you. Got a pocket computer, try to do what you used to do, yeah. Oh, thank you. You need another brew. What are you drinking? It's perfect time to have a beer at just past midnight. Thank you, Ida. So lovely to see you. Dagwood here is really a tall sandwich. See, I think even that song is very involved. It is. It kind of, yeah, Blondie have this really unusual writing style. Just when you think it's going to go to a chorus, it doesn't. When you think a line is going to go up, it doesn't. So it's deceptively simple. Or the other way around, it's deceptively complicated. But you know what I mean. It seems easy, but it's not. All I want is 20/20 vision. Yes. As she squints at the chat. And I love, I mean, this has got to be, I don't know, 70s maybe that this song came out. If Stu was here, he would know. Although John is also pretty good on the music trivia as well. But I love the last line. Get a pocket computer. Try to do what you used to do, yeah. Because they would not have had any type of pocket computer device back then. No phones, no nothing. So I love that. A pocket computer. It just sounds so old-fashioned, but it's very cute. Right, what do we got on the list that we haven't done? Oh, there's a few of my songs. Okay, let's do Circle of Light. That is, that's what I call my vlog when I do my online vlogs. 1978, there you go. I call them the Circle of Light. And the circle of light is the spotlight. So there are times when I'm on stage, and I haven't been on stage for a while, but will be again, when I just feel, I can almost feel the light. I mean, you can because it's warm, but you feel kind of hugged by the light. You know, it's dark outside the light, but you can kind of see, you know, silhouettes or just parts of audiences. But it feels like, you know, when you get in the zone in anything that you love doing, some people say they do it through sport. Me, nah, I'm just not a sporting person. And even though I do sport because I know it's good for me, I do runs or whatever, I've never gotten in the zone when I've done something sporty because it just doesn't come naturally to me. But, you know, for all different things that you love doing every now and again, and it's only, I think, a rare thing for most people, but you just feel, I don't know, people say in the moment, I suppose, but that circle of light thing, it's just, even though I do a lot of performing in circles of light, I don't always feel this, but every now and again, everything just comes together, and everything is surrounding this metallic tool here. The audience is on board, and it just feels amazing. And that's kind of what song is about. Although there's part of the verse I say, there are times when it's working and there are times when it doesn't. So I can be fierce or funny, manic or mad. I can suck in your smoke and stare at your back. And that's, when I started my career, you were allowed to smoke in venues. And that's really hard for singers because you are sucking in air at a higher rate than you would be if you weren't singing. And when it's filled with smoke, it's horrific. But luckily you're not allowed to smoke in venues now. And stare at your back because obviously some people don't care. You can be up there singing your little heart out and people don't care. You're drinking your husband's homemade mead with his cheese. That sounds amazing. James, wait till you hear Amanda sing Let's Run Away. Have you heard that? Oh, there you go. I haven't learned how to play that on the piano. I'm going to need to do that. I know it's best to give you my naked heart. It would be okay if you watch me fall apart. You let me take you in the palm of my hand. There won't be a day when I won't want to stand here before you, pour you all that I have. See all the dreamers in the circle of light. I was imagining the smoke. The moment of truth on this stage. Throw me over the falls in a barrel tonight. I'll land in the arms of the circle. I can be fierce or funny, manic or mad. I can suck in your smoke and stare at your back. But then there are times you can hear a pin drop. Your eyes turn towards me and the whole world stops on a fairy breath. Here's all that I have. See all the dreamers in a circle of light. The moment of truth on this stage. Throw me over the falls in a barrel tonight. I'll land in the arms of the circle. My aphrodisiac, I live for that. See all the dreamers in the circle of light. The moment of truth on this stage. Throw me over the falls in a barrel tonight. I'll land in the arms of the circle. Oh, you've heard Something Stupid as a duet. Oh, I enjoyed doing that. I'm talking to a few of my local muso mates about doing some more online duets or other kind of collaborations like that since, it's looking like we're going to be stuck here quite a bit longer. Oh, David. I'm sorry that you hurt too bad. David has gone and thrown himself off a roof because he thought he was a plane, perhaps. And he's got a few ailments. But he just disappeared for about a week and a half, and we wondered where he'd gone. So we are very glad to have you back, David. Please get better. Oh, you forgot your name. You were given a Dillo already, did. A Dillo, you did. I don't know what that is, but it must be something that makes you forget your name. I had a very traumatic birth, not my own birth. I don't remember that. But when I gave birth, and I was given a morphine drip, and it was one of those self-administering things, because, it was pretty bad. And so I could just press this button, the little red button on a thing, and it delivered morphine. And that happened for a day or so that I don't remember too well. And then the pain team, so there was 3 or 4 medical practitioners who were responsible for pain relief, came round to my bed and said, "We have to take the self-administering morphine off you because you're overdoing it." Whoops. So they still let me have it, but the nurse had to come and give it to me every time. I wasn't allowed to have the little button where I could do it myself. If you're going to give me the button, I'm going to press it. Sorry. Dilated. Ah, okay. I'm not familiar with that one. But I'm sure I forgot my name when I had the morphine drip too. All right, one of the other tribute shows that I miss doing now, and of course we did Chains before, is my Fleetwood Mac show. That's the one that I do most often, probably an average of once a week or once a 2 week in normal days. But I've got a little bit of footage from a TV show that we did a little while ago. You wish you had morphine, yeah, that's the good stuff. And this is actually an unplugged version. We normally do a full band thing. There's 7 of us, and we have 2 guitars and all sorts of things happening. We try and recreate the songs, fairly close to the original. But they wanted us to do an unplugged version. This was Stevie Nicks' birthday, and it was a bit of a last-minute call. They called us in. A co-worker of mine years ago had that button and he taped it down. Oh my goodness, that's very cheeky. And this is we did this on the show called The Morning Show in I was going to say Sydney, but I'm assuming it's Australia-wide show. Oh, you like Crazy? Which Crazy was that? Was that the Patsy Cline version or the Niles Barkley? Because they're both crazy, and I've done both of those recently. But speaking of being in the zone, and being in that circle of light, Patsy, I can do it again if you like. I love that song. But this was live TV, and I haven't done enough live TV. I've done a little bit, but not enough to feel in the zone. You're kind of petrified thinking, I can't do this wrong because everyone's going to see it. And they can even watch it again if they want. And this was before the days of live streaming, so I'm used to making mistakes in front of people now. And, hopefully having them forgive you or not, but you might not know about it. But live TV is just something again. I did on, I might have even been on the same show, another time with a girlfriend of mine, Lady Cool, for those who may know her. Tamarind is her real name. But we put on a couple of shows at the Opera House, Sydney Opera House. One was a tribute to Ella Fitzgerald. And a couple of years before that, we did a tribute to Billie Holiday, and which was the most amazing experience doing those at the Opera House and producing the shows and being in it. But for the Billie Holiday one, we did a song on live TV, and we were rehearsing it. You get time to rehearse it, in front of the cameras and everything. And we were doing that, and Tamarin turns to me and says, "Oh, well, if we make a mistake, they'll, they won't want that to go to air. They'll let us redo it." And I looked at her and said, you do realise this is live, don't you? I mean, we weren't live at that second, but we were about to be, and her eyes went like this, and then it was like 4, 3, 2, 1. And then we had to do the song, and it was live, and I didn't realise she didn't know. I'd done that show before, and I knew it was live, and I just assumed she knew it was live. But she didn't know until about 4 seconds until we were actually live. But she did a beautiful performance, so it didn't matter. But it's kind of scary. Seal. What is that in relation to? Oh, yeah, he does a crazy as well. I think that's probably one of love and crazy are probably two of the words that are very highly used in pop music. But here is another time I did a live song on the morning show. And this is with Rex Go, who, if you're in Australia, you definitely know. He's one of our most loved and respected guitarists. He's played with everybody from Cyndi Lauper to The Wiggles. And he was in, or still is in, I guess, Air Supply. Anyway, this is a Fleetwood Mac song.
Yeah, the legendary band who've been in the spotlight for 5 decades, selling more than 100 million albums worldwide.
That's right, Fleetwood Mac are true rock superstars, and today frontwoman Stevie Nicks celebrates her 67th birthday. And in a fitting salute to the songstress, Sydney-based tribute group Rumours are performing their smash hit, Don't Stop.
If you wake up and don't want to smile, if it takes just a little while, open your eyes and look at the day. You'll see things in a different way. Don't stop thinking about tomorrow. Don't stop. It'll soon be here. It'll be better than before. Yesterday's gone. Yesterday's gone. Why not think about the times to come, not about the things that you've done? If life has been bad to you, just think what tomorrow could do. Don't stop thinking about tomorrow. Don't stop. It'll soon be here. It'll be better than before. Yesterday's gone. Yesterday's gone. All I want is to see you smile. If it takes just a little while. I know you don't believe that it's true. I never meant any harm to you. Don't stop thinking about tomorrow. Don't stop. It'll soon be here. It'll be better than before. Yesterday's gone. Yesterday's gone. Don't stop thinking about tomorrow. Don't stop. It'll soon be here. It'll be better than before. Yesterday's gone. Yesterday's gone. Don't you look back. Don't you look back. Don't you look back. Don't you look back.
Ah, good stuff. Happy birthday, Stevie Nicks. I'm sure she's watching.
Yeah, better. Hi, Stevie.
It was funny. We did actually. I'm very rude. I only mentioned Rex Go, and Rex is the Asian gentleman playing guitar The other gentleman is Floyd Vincent, who is amazing, great singer as well as an amazing guitarist, who has toured all around the world, mainly doing his original music, which is kind of gypsy-inspired rock. And it's got a touch of cabaret, which, you know, I love. I love that David Bowie thing of, you know, being rock, but having a touch of cabaret. And Floyd is kind of rock with a touch of gypsy and cabaret. I'll be happy to send you a copy of that. It's on YouTube. But David, you're so medicated, you might wake up and see the email that I've sent you with that link going, oh, why would I want that? But I still will do it anyway. Well, it's almost time for my little one, who's not so little, he's 12 years old now, to come out of online school. So I will finish with this song. And if I haven't got to all your requests, they'll stay there for next time anyway. It only takes 28 days to get from Sydney to Sydney. It takes a year to go from Sydney to Sydney. For sure. This is how many of us are feeling, especially those of you who are medicated or in whatever way, whether it's from the doctor or from the fridge. Crazy, crazy for feeling so lonely, and I'm crazy, crazy for feeling so blue. I knew you'd love me as long as you wanted. And then someday you'd leave me for somebody new. Worry, why do I let myself worry? Wondering what in the world would I do? For thinking that my love could hold you, and I'm crazy for crying, crazy for trying, and I'm crazy for loving you. Crazy thinking that my love could hold you. I'm crazy for trying, crazy for crying, and I'm crazy for loving you. I remember now, James, that you requested that. I think that was just Tuesday, probably. I think you just said Patsy Cline, right? But I said crazy, and I ended up doing Walking After Midnight as well. It's all coming back to me now. Anyway, so great to see everybody here. And thank you. I appreciate, probably in your case, James, I'm not sure if you did come over to Twitch for me. And I know Sydney and David did, and maybe John as well. And, you know, just in the way that you weren't already on Twitch before. So I really appreciate that. And if you do hang around on Twitch and you end up finding some other artists that you like, let me know, because I'm doing lots of exploration on Twitch, and apparently the best way to really make a success of Twitch and get people to, you know, come along and discover your music and all that kind of thing is by interacting with other artists as well. And some of you would know, you've been here on a Wednesday when I had a few raids. Peter Northcote sent over his audience, which, you know, really helps you get discovered by other people. And so I have to basically find another artist that's on just about the time I finish so that I can introduce them to you. But I don't want to do it with just anyone, obviously. I'd love to be able to do a raid where I bring you guys over to another artist that we all enjoy watching as well. So I found some amazing singers. Oh my gosh. I spent a couple of hours last night on Twitch as a watcher, as a Twitchie. And but this one particular singer is a New Zealander, Ivy. I can't remember her handle now. But Ivy from New Zealand, she was on late last night. What a glorious voice. Really, really beautiful. And quite a few Australian artists were on around that time because of the time zone, I guess. But not so many do during the day. You're so crazy, David. Thank you so much, James. And you go have another brew. David, you go and have a little snooze, and I'll make sure I send you the link to that clip, the Don't Stop. Thank you so much, everybody. I will be back tomorrow at 5 p.m, which I know for the non-Australians is a bit crazy. But I will be back on Tuesday on Facebook and here. I mean, if you have a choice and you don't mind, I would prefer you be on Twitch because it's helping me build my presence here. But obviously, I'm just happy wherever you are. And of course, James, you have received all my albums, so that's why you know Let's Run Away. I was trying to think how you would have heard it, and that's how you've heard it. You've heard Chanteuse. So good night, everybody, and stay well, please. No falling off things or hurting anything. We don't want any of that. Look after yourself. See you next time. Bye.
It delivers me from